You a Star Wars fan? Because you'll be amazed at number one, that a lot of women might be into the shit that you're into, but you're so worried about her judging you that you don't give it half a chance. But also some of the things that you're not into, you'll be amazed at how women would want to get into it because they want to get closer to you.
A lot of times they say shit like, "Oh, I'm free on weekends," or I'm usually free on Thursdays," or whatever the hell. So if it makes sense, then I schedule a date.
If she really liked you from the get-go, there would be no reward system you would have to look for to do anything for, right? Because it would automatically be there, And I like to do this in conversations sometimes when you're speaking with somebody and you'll hear a girl say something like, "I'll never do this," or "I don't like this," or "I don't like that." And then you'll notice, you'll say, "Nah, I kind of like it. I like it when blah, blah, blah." And she's like, well, yeah, when you say it like that, I like it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you switched up awfully fast for somebody that just really said they don't like something. And so, there's always been clues out there for fellas to understand, like, yo, if they really like you, they will change their whole political party.
They're not giving her real instruction. They're not letting her know what it really is. And most dudes don't do it. Most dudes don't say what it is because they're afraid to hear no, or they're afraid to bring up sex too early and all of this and all of that. But the bottom line is this. Either, again, and somebody said it, either she's feeling you or she's not. You understand? Either she's feeling you or she's not. We got to stop all this nonsense, man. Guys are too afraid to hear no. And it's like, I'd rather hear no than to waste 2, 3, 4 dates and time spent, money spent, and all this other shit just to find out that you wasn't feeling me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? But so with me, first date is cool. If you don't want to do it on the first date, no problem. You could be on your period or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that could be off on the first date, right? It doesn't matter. But second date, you gotta know what it
is. For me, I like exclusive vagina to me, and that's because I don't want to catch nothing to have my later years messed up, and I like to stroke without no condom on. It feels great. So I like it.
So you like to be hugged by the sugar walls? You like to be hugged?
Yeah. I like that velvet, plush velvet. The smoothness. So,
but even then, Jay Roman, I hear you.
He don't get up for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So, and the reason is because he has to conserve his energy to do 3 full workouts a day up until his competition date. You understand? So when he's in season, he literally just works out as hard as he can. Then he sits on the couch and his wife brings him everything. The only thing she don't do is fucking piss for him, right? So what I'm saying is, it's one thing to have a wife that does it, because you said earlier, these were the words you used. You said, a woman who says, "Oh, I rock with this dude, so I don't mind doing this." But see, it's a difference between a woman who doesn't mind and a woman who cheerfully wants to do it. Understand the position of a simp. Make sure you understand the position of a friend zone nigga. Make sure you understand that a man doesn't do anything for nothing. You understand? So run the game, be careful, and do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's the right there, Jay Roman. And that's the problem. Your main chick should always be prioritized over all the new chicks. Right? The new chicks should not get preferential treatment. Right? So what would make it difficult for a lot of women is if you're giving girlfriend treatment to the new chick. Right? So this is why when you very first meet women, you have to establish boundaries and parameters where they got to earn everything. So that way, when the main chick is with you and she knows you're dealing with new women, she knows they have to go through the gauntlet too. They just don't get shit quicker. Like
hosts on the mic, Kerry K setting the blaze, sagging. Miles Cunham with the game so tight. J. Roman lit the torch, keeping it right. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like law. Kerry K drops jewels, the crowd enthralled. Words cut deep, no need for brawls. Miles Cunningham, tactics sharp like a dagger. Navigates the game, makes the haters stagger. Journey to manhood, no easy feat. Lessons from the masters, words concrete. J. Roman with the keys, opens the door. Manhood's the path, gotta crave for more. Manhood's the challenge, skill set to master. In a world moving fast, gotta move faster. Trap beat, pounding 808, shake the floor. Guided by the host, wisdom like.
Yeah.
We back at it.
Yo, what's going on?
We back at it like a crack addict. Yo, real quick. For those of you who wasn't around in the 90s when that shit, it was a different time. It was a different time. But anyway, we here now, though. We here now. And Miles, my brother, what's good with you, man? How's life treating you over there?
Yo, just grateful for another day, man. Life is good, man. Can't complain at all. Super Bowl tomorrow, so I'm happy for that. And yeah, man, got up, went for a swim. The body's still working. I'm gonna tell you guys. We don't really like, we don't legit from time to time, but the fact that you could get up and move your body is such a fucking blessing. You hear what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I appreciate that shit. What's going on with you, K?
Hey man, the weather is finally looking like Texas weather now. It's 70s and the 80s like it should be. It was in the teens. I'm like 19 degrees. I'm like, this is not very San Antonio like. I don't like this shit. Don't get me wrong. I like when it gets cold because like your wardrobe, the shit you can wear, you can really bring some shit out. You know what I'm saying? When it gets a little colder. So I like when it dips to like the 40s and 50s. But when it gets to like the 20s and teens, I'm like, yo, I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
Like, I don't want to leave the house at that point. I'm like, it's too goddamn cold, right? Okay, I'm too old to be cute, goddamn it, right? But anyway, man, for all y'all people in New York and Alaska and all them other, I don't see how y'all do it, dog. Shout out to y'all though, you know what I'm saying, for making it happen.
Yeah, shout out to people in South and North Dakota and all them type of shits.
Chicago, all of them, Indiana, like I'm good. But anyway, man, we here though. We here. The sun is out today, so the sunroof will get peeled back. Thank God, I can finally do that again. Right. So anyway, man, we're gonna get into it. What we talking about? Most men never experience a woman's best behavior. Now we got a video, right? And I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all guys. Initially, this started out as a solo video, right? And Miles, I got 30 minutes into the pre-recorded video, and I'm like, I'm talking too long. It's been 30 minutes. I might as well delete this shit and just do a fucking live stream because I'm talking too goddamn much, right? So I realized I was talking too much information, right? So I might as well just do a live stream with the homies and give y'all this information in a setting that's more, conducive to you guys getting it. So we do have a video, right? And I want you guys to understand real quick. Most men never experience a woman's best behavior. I want guys to understand something. I'll use two examples, right? And I actually had a consultation where I discussed this. Just real two quick examples of real situations. I had one chick who was a fuck buddy, chick A, and I had another chick who was a fuck buddy, chick B. Chick A, she only hit me up when she wanted some dick, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't do no extra shit like I miss you, I really want to see you. None of that. Right. It was very, can I get some of that? And if I was free, yeah, come. And then she dipped, and I didn't hear from her no more
until she was on set. Can I get some of that? And that was literally our conversation. That's chick A, which was cool. Chick B, I miss you. I can't wait to see you again. When I would open the door, she would literally jump in my arms and wrap her legs around the bottom of, you know what I'm saying? She would wrap her leg and I would literally carry her to the room wrapped around me like that. She was super affectionate, touchy-feely, always looking at me, just staring at me, just gawking at a nigga all the time. You know what I'm saying? Even months later, she was still like that. The point I want to make with those two scenarios, both women were sexually attracted. Both situations were fuck buddy situations. But B, not only was she super affectionate, Miles, but when she would come by the crib, on her way to the crib, if she was stopping somewhere, she would ask me that I want something.
Right.
You want anything? You know, I'm stopping by this store or that store. Can I pick you up anything? Well, she would come through and there would be like a basket full of clothes and she would be like, "Oh, those dirty? No, those are clean. You need someone to fold them. I can do that for you." Like she was on that kind of time. So she was, when chicks are their best behavior, they go out of their way to do acts of service and to make themselves useful. Why? Because they want to stay a while, right? Not only sexually, but they want you to notice that they can be much more to you than just someone you fuck on. I'm just putting that out there. You want to speak to that or do you want to get straight to the video?
Well, you know, it's stuff that we discussed before where, you know, each man has his own masculine identity. Therefore, you're gonna get different parts of the woman that you deal with, right? Because women respond differently to different men, right? So, you know, you can have two women that want you for dick, but they still gonna behave differently based on your masculine identity and what you inspire from them. You understand? And so that's just how that goes. It's just up to you as a man to decide and to acknowledge, you know, what's good enough for you and what you tolerate. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what you really want from a woman. So, you know, it's stuff that we discussed before, definitely.
You said an important word, and I'll turn it over to you for the video. You said inspire. And I want guys to understand the difference between chick A and chick B. Whatever value she saw, and I know what value was, but whatever value she saw in a situation, that inspired her. That inspired her to basically invest more than just showing up to get fucked. Right? I need guys to understand the difference, right? There's women who show up, they get the dick and they dip, which is fine. I have no problem with that. Here's one problem that I have with what you guys do, though. Y'all think women showing up and just getting dick and leaving, y'all think that type of consistency warrants investing in that woman beyond just sex. Bro, she just showing up to get some dick and she's dipping. That's not an investment. Guys, sex is not an investment to relationships or to you seriously dating a woman. That's nowhere near enough for you to even look at a woman like you want to date her. Right? There has to be more than just her looking cute and showing up. Right? But if you want to get to the video, bro, I'm with it.
All right, let's get it. Let me get here. All right, cool. Oh, fuck it.
That's getting paid for. Bring them Apple. Men are not used to haircuts getting paid for. Bring them Apple Pay and wire transfers. They're not used to that. But when you're dealing with a boss, a woman that get money, you get spoiled. You get taken care of. When you around me, you gonna put that wallet up. You can call me a sugar mama. You can call me whatever you want to call me. You my man. I'm taking care of you. There's no way around it. And that's something I don't feel like men are used to.
The only men that's not accustomed or used to a woman spending money on them are men who mess with broke women. Men who think that if he have some money, that's his way in and be able to get these women. I am accustomed to women spending money on me, women spoiling me. I do the same thing for the woman I'm dealing with as well. We spoil each other. We do things for one another.
He said, I'm accustomed. And I need guys to understand In order for you to be a customer of something, that means you have to have your own boundaries and standards.
Mhm.
And when you deal with women, if they don't move a certain way, they get limited access. So what he's saying is, I'm accustomed to women spoiling me, right? I do the same thing for the women who are in that position and are worthy of it. So also what he's saying without saying it is, I don't even give women a role. I don't even put them in position to be around me like that if they're not moving how I move with myself. And let me just say this real quick, as an aside, because for any woman that's listening, women get it twisted because women say they want a man who's romantic, they want a man who spoils them. Here's some game for you women. You will never get a man who really knows how to spoil a woman if he doesn't know how to spoil himself. You'll never get a man who's romantic if he's not romantic with himself. And this is what I mean by that. Ladies, if you go into a man's crib, the way his crib is decorated tells you if he's romantic. It really does. If women pay attention, it tells you how he speaks, what he speaks about. If he has centerpieces on the table and just certain decor, right? It tells you a little something. But also, if you're dealing with a man who takes himself out, ladies, and you know this man takes himself to steakhouses, seafood places, and he goes out by himself and enjoys his life, you know that he dates himself. So if you deal with that man, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be incorporated in what he already does. The problem with you women is you date men who are not romantic and you want a romantic man. And you want him to switch up what he does to be what you want him to be. Same thing with, a certain kind of guy who moves a certain kind of way. If he ain't that, you can't make him that. And guys end up trying to be that for women so they can get their way in, only for that woman to not like them. Right? Because you're doing shit for her instead of doing you. Go ahead, Miles.
I do the same thing for the woman I'm dealing with as well. We spoil each other. We do things for one another. It's not just a one-sided type of situation or relationship that we in. Because when you make sure you are taking care of your business as a man, any woman you dealing with is going to want to do for you. See, if she don't want to do nothing for you, she don't appreciate you. If she don't look at you like you deserve any type of accolades for how you are as a man. As much as these women complain about what these men don't do, what they do, men ain't ish. When you finally be with a woman who understands you offer all the things she's been looking for as a man, of course you want to break bread with you. Of course you want to spoil you. She's going to want to show you how much she cares about you by doing things, by taking you places or buying you things also. It's not just on one side of the thing. But like I said, the men that has never had this are men who mess with broke ass women. That's all that is. Brokey. I can't do it.
Okay, Miles.
Take that.
Yeah, my bad. Okay. So I want to get into some things and shout out to Justin and what do you? I saw him right there. Jillian, shout out to you, baby girl. Shout out to Justin. Justin, give me a moment, man. Give me a moment, bro. I saw the joint. I saw the message. So real quick, guys, the call-in number is right there, scrolling across the bottom. 1-844-672-7300. Right, the Cash App joints is right there. $5 for a call, $10 for a question. Also, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat, followed by your question. We're here for you guys, right? We're here for you guys. Make it happen. Most men never experience a woman's best behavior. Now, I want to address something because I didn't like something that she said. I don't like when chicks call themselves boss bitches. I don't like it. Okay, I don't like it at all, right? And I'm going to tell you why. And this is for any guy or any woman. You're not a boss if you don't have payroll. That's what people don't understand. Okay, you're not a boss. You can be a queen, you can be a king, but you're not really a boss if you don't have a payroll, right? So you can do all kinds of wire transfers all you want, right? And she's talking about wire transfers. First of all, ain't nobody doing no wire transfers if it ain't no real money. Like we're talking about like 5 figures, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody doing no wire transfers for like 500, you know what I'm saying? Really, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's a business thing. But anyway, enough about that. My point is this: she's right. Right? Real quick. I had an ex. One of my uncles passed away, right? So I had to go to a funeral in St. Louis, right? So for whatever reason, he couldn't make it, but I went, my brothers and my parents and all of that, right? So we out in St. Louis, which is where both my parents are from, but we out in the Lou, for my uncle's funeral. So I'm unpacking my luggage, and there's an envelope with $500 and a note from the woman I was with at the time. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but I know you don't get a chance to spend time with your cousins. Here's some money so you can enjoy yourself. $500, right? Every woman I was ever in a relationship with moved like that. Generous, very generous. It's not just about money. It's about just generous women, right? So I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna throw some words out there that y'all might not necessarily associate with females, right? With women, but considerate, thoughtful, generous. You know what I'm saying? Very compassionate and very nurturing to the men they really like. Those women are out there, right? And they're everywhere. Even the women that are bitches to you, they are friendly as a box of puppies to the right guy. See, a lot of guys, a woman's default setting or a woman's female nature is bitchy or having an attitude. No. With you, that's your experience with you. If you told another guy about her, he would be like, "What girl you talking about?" Her? Bro, really as fuck, bro. What? She was mean to you, nigga? She cursed you, bro. She hugged me and wouldn't let me go when I first met her, nigga. What you? No, we ain't talking about the same girl. That's literally how women are, night and day with guys. But go ahead, Miles. You want to speak to it?
So I agree with you that the attitude of the chick in the beginning of the video, I don't gravitate to that shit.
No,
because like number one, her attitude and her tone. But when she said, "Oh, I'm gonna take care of you and you ain't got no choice," like I don't like any type of woman with that type of attitude. Because my thing is, I don't want you see. And this is why I try not to get too materialistic with certain things when it comes to dealing with females, right? I've never been the type of guy to really ask a woman for nothing. And, sometimes I want her to feel like she can't even give me nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Like in some sort of ways, because I don't want a woman to ever believe that just because she's in position to do for me materially, that she can run anything or control anything. Because at the end of the day, I'm still the leader. I'm still the king of this relationship. So, I really don't really get up. Like you got some dudes, they can't wait for them. I ain't never been that nigga, bro. Like ever. Like I don't like asking people for shit. Friend, family, girlfriend, anything. I don't like asking people for nothing. Sometimes it's fucked up. I spent one night in prison in my lifetime, but I always say it like this. Sometimes I look at it like prison rules. You know how in prison, when somebody do something for you, like you owe them. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it sometimes. Where it's like I don't want anybody looking at me like I owe them shit. You see what I'm saying? But let's get the caller real quick. 718. This is Moses. What's going on, bro? Moses.
Yo, what's going on, Miles? You already know. Check your cash app.
Yes, sir. I saw it, man. Appreciate you, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. What's up with it though? What's on your mind?
The reason why you talking about reason why most men don't experience best behaviors from women. Well, let me tell you the reason why most men don't experience, well, let me not say men, let me say the reason why most guys don't experience women who are really interested in them is because they were too busy wasting time on time wasters and attention whores and women who is not benefiting their life. Like for example, like a chick would talk to you on the phone all day, but will never meet you. Mm-hmm. And what do some people do? They continue to talk to her on the phone. You understand? Right. Like I had one situation where, there's always going to be, well, of course, yeah, I'm on a membership. And of course, yeah, when you stepping up your game and you're listening to real game, no theory people, there's always going to be guys, a knucklehead out there that's going to tell you, yo, you should talk to women more. You should continue to date her more. Like if the chick is not sexually attracted to you, you should continue to hang out with her more. And you see that behavior right there, right, is the behavior that's stopping you from meeting women who are highly interested in you, because the women who are really feeling you are the ones that's going to be on their best behavior. And women are not dumb, you know?
Right. Yeah, it really all comes down to the ones that's feeling you, and that's a problem with a lot of dudes. Like they don't. I don't think a lot of dudes really understand and know when chicks are feeling you or not. That's a big deal. That's definitely a big deal.
Well, of course, yeah, because shout out to like if those who are on the membership. There's a program called 10 Ways to Test to see if the woman proves. Asking me, I can't remember how you say it, but 10 ways to make a woman prove to you that she's interested in you. That listen, that's important right there. That goes along with this topic right here. You know, because these women will act. These women are good actresses. They're good at acting like they like you, but they really don't.
Right.
You know. So that, I mean, you got it. This is why game is important. You know, because I've been in that situation before. You know, so like this is why I had to call in and say that. You know, because ever since I started dealing with, well, for some reason it fizzled out. But when I first met the woman who really liked me, I was like, damn, it's like night and day, man.
Right. Exactly.
You know. Yeah, it's like night and day. It's like, why would I want to go back to women who are wasting my time, who's not benefiting my life? It's like, bro, like don't these guys not realize the purpose of a man and a woman dealing with you is for a purposeful reason?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, but if the woman is in your life, it's supposed to be for a beneficial reason. One last thing I'm gonna say is this, and I'm gonna get off of here, is that, you know, women know how to act around men. You understand? Women know how to act around guys they like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and guys they don't like. So if the woman is resisting you, she understands. She knows that she's doing this.
Right.
She's not stupid. She knows what she's doing. Okay, so the fact that the woman is resisting you and playing games with you, and she's flaking is like, to these knuckleheads. It's like, what does that tell you? What is that telling you? Like, listen, her behaviors will tell you everything you need to know. Thanks for taking my call, man.
Facts. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, Moses. Thanks for calling in, man. Thanks for the support. All right. Yeah. So I was saying, shout out to Shorty for saying that she's willing to take care of her man and do stuff for her man. But at the same time, you got to be careful where a lot of these chicks think that they can control shit. Simply because they contribute materially or financially, right? So you got to be careful with that, because women, like she called herself a boss and all that other shit, and Kay Zagan alluded to it by talking about how, like, some of these chicks, it's a double-edged sword, right? It's a double-edged sword when these chicks talk about being a boss and all that other shit, because it's like, yeah, you're a boss. But who the fuck you think you a boss of? Like, just because you bought me something don't mean you're the boss of me. You get what I'm saying? And so you got to be careful with that sometimes, where these chicks, they do for you, or they pay for something for you, and then they feel like they can control shit, right? So that's what I'm saying. With me, I look at it like prison rules sometimes, where it's like, I don't let nobody do nothing for me because I don't want them trying to hang anything over my head. And at the same time, as a man, you should look at the way you set your program as, you're not doing anything for the woman because you want her to act right. You're doing something because that's the way you do it. You understand? And I think that's very important. And so the best way to get the best behavior out of a woman is to understand who you are as a man and only focus on dealing with the women that are on their best behavior, right? Just like what Moses was just saying, you got to pay attention to her actions. But we got Jay Roman in the house. What's going on with you, bro?
Nothing much, Zag. I want to apologize for my tardiness. I had to be a disciplinary and assume the daddy role real quick.
That comes first, my brother. Your home life is the preeminent thing that comes before everything. So don't you ain't got to apologize. I know what it is, brother. I know exactly what it is.
But things are straight and back on track, and here we are. I didn't get a chance to read the title or check out anything that was going on. Do we get a video or a caller or?
Yeah, well, if you want to see the video, so basically, real quick, Justin, what's up? What are we talking about, gentlemen, right now is most men never experience a woman's best behavior. My bad, Justin. What up, fella? So real quick, J. Roman, Mr. Justin, most men never experience a woman's best behavior. And all I want to do really, at least from my perspective, and you men can, tackle it, however you want to tackle it. From my perspective, I just want to show men when you very first meet women that really should like, oh, she's being like that because she's shy. No, that's not why. Okay. Shy women want dick too. So no, that's not why. But go, yeah.
Boss, a woman that get money, there's no way around it. And that's something I don't feel like men are used to.
To the T every fucking day for the rest of her life. That's what I would rather. I'd rather full cooperation, full trust in my leadership every fucking day, and you never fucking buy me shit. You never take me to dinner. You never do anything materially. That's my thing. When I start seeing guys talking about, when they ask that a question about, oh, what do you bring to the table? And I mean, it's cool if your woman ever want to buy you something. I'm not saying no. A part of being a source of, a good resource is to also understand how to graciously accept gifts, right? But again, for me, the most important thing that I could ever get from a woman is her trust, belief, and cooperation. But you guys got it.
Well, I was looking at two things. I was looking at objectively the things that she was saying, and then also how she was saying it. And so the objective things that she was talking about, like if you were to just write them out on paper, that's not the issue, right? Like if a woman wants to do certain things for you, like whatever, she wants to do them, right? It's not a big deal. Like if the peasant wants to bring a little present to the king, like it doesn't matter. Right. He's not going to be like, oh, great. He's just be like, all right, like, cool. That's nice. I appreciate that. But it's not going to like affect his life. And he's not going to go on YouTube and tell everybody about it. And he's not going to brag to his friends. Right. It's just a thing that he expects the peasant to do. And it just happens, right? It doesn't fucking change his life and he's not going to brag about it.
Right.
But how she was delivering it sounded as though I was like, this is how a man should be sounding if he's got that kind of mindset. Like she sounded like a man who had that mindset.
Right.
And like very like, take charge. This is the program. This is the view. This is the box that we're going to be in. And this is how it's going to be. And I don't know. So the actions themselves are not a problem, right? Like if the woman wants to do whatever, then that's it. But I feel like it's a criticism and flying in the face of a certain type of guy, and this type of guy prides himself on how many or how much stuff or behaviors that women do for him. And he's like, look, that means I'm special because I get all of this validation from girls. Right. Look, she's doing this. Look, she's spending that. And it's like, okay, but like you just verbalizing that and pushing it up just makes you look weak and fragile. Do you think the king is sitting here bragging how many peasants bring him presents? Do you know what I'm saying? Like that makes you look like a chump. The other king's like, bro, what?
Exactly.
Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick, and I want to be clear. And I said this as well. Number one, the way, if you really broke down the way she was talking as if like she was a man from a man's POV. Like my queen ain't got to worry about. If you really think about it, they're saying they can't hear Justin. Whose channel are y'all watching it from?
I can hear him.
Let me just check my settings.
And they said I was zagging. Am I still zagging? If you're watching it from my channel and my shit is acting up, yeah, that's probably why you can't hear them.
Check. Maybe that's different. For some reason there was some things different.
Well, Unique says he can hear you, so it should be good. Everything's good. Everything's good.
Okay. So, and my point, number one, I agree with the guy. You shouldn't be messing with broke women. You really shouldn't. Okay, that's part of it. But also, it's not about. And Miles, you made a great point about the money thing. What a lot of guys have to understand is a lot of guys who fancy themselves as the provider type, they usually use money as leverage to try and get the woman to cooperate.
Right.
If you have women that are learning from guys who do that, they may subconsciously pick up those same habits of using money as leverage. Right? Because if they know other women won't do that or haven't done that for you, they may feel I got a way to hook him to do something he's not used to. Right? I'll give you a prime example. I did a video probably about a year or two, well, it should have been longer than that, about 2-3 years ago. And there was a lady who said, it was a post, Facebook post. She was dealing with this guy. She was dating this guy. And he was fucking other chicks. And she was like, how can I get him to stop fucking with those other women and only fuck with me? And her agenda was, he's not used to women buying him shit. Let me start buying him shit, and he'll think that's so rare. Like, this was her plan, and it worked. It worked. The guy stopped fucking with other chicks and basically started, but got in a relationship with her. It worked. So what a lot of you guys have to understand, that's not what we're talking about. Even when I say hashtag her debit card works too. If a woman wants to be generous with something, whether it be acts of service or money, it still has to be in alignment with your masculine identity, right? Facts. So shout out to Miles for that. So, and I'll give you an example. I had a chick that I met on, it was a Friday. I met her on a Friday. That Friday night, I basically let her know that she can come back to the crib and get it. And she was like, I can't make it happen tonight, but we can definitely get together and do that, right? So the very next day, Saturday, was the day we was going to get together and make it happen. So she ended up telling me, hey, well, look, I'm on the way to go eat dinner with my girlfriends. If you want to, meet me there, I'll pay for you. And I'm like, nah. I said, look, I'm going to have to decline the request, but if you still want to get together later on for this dick, go ahead and enjoy, your outing with your girls and hit me up after.
Right.
Okay, which she did. Now, a couple of things about that. Number one, guys, stick to the script. Whatever the plan is, never take a detour from that plan and never let a woman get you off your plan. No matter what she's talking about. Stick to the plan, right? So not only that, my thing is, I ain't about to eat dinner with you. I just met you. One, I'm not about to eat dinner with you. Two, I'm not about to meet your friends. It's too soon for any of that, right? So even just because a woman is off, even if she's paying, right? And I'm like, no, I ain't doing that shit, right? But my point is, guys, even if women are offering shit, don't simply accept it because it's being offered. Does it make sense for that woman to be even offering what she's offering at the time that she's doing it, right? To me, that was a red flag when she did that. It's too soon for me to be meeting your friends, girl. What are you doing? Like, don't be doing. Now, and I didn't check her on it, but in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is some silly shit, right? But y'all got it.
I felt like her last 2 sentences is all we need to know. Like, she was like, hey, if you're my man, I'll take care of my man. That's what I do. I'll take care of my man.
Right.
That was it. I totally agree with Justin when it was like, when she was speaking, I was getting a little irritated, and it wasn't what she was saying. It's just how she was saying it.
Masculine-like.
Yeah, and I don't like the, okay, baby. And I don't like all that stuff when they deliver messages and stuff like that. And I just felt like when she said it doesn't matter, this is what I'm going to do. So if your guy is like, hey, I don't like gifts, just, mop the floor and have this meal here. No, I got to spend money on you. That's what I do. So, it's pretty much like you guys are saying, like a guy. This is it. If you want to be a part of this program, this is what you get with me.
Right.
And at that moment, it didn't matter what makes him, feel good. It's just, this makes me feel good.
Right.
When I do this for you, if you like it or not, so, but yeah, it was just the way it was delivered. I don't know why ladies feel like that. I don't know why, and then she was leaning back like she was scratching her balls and stuff. Like, no, I just, come on.
Yeah. The whole energy
I got a question for you, fellas.
Yeah.
So, how many guys do you think were watching that clip on that dude's channel and going, hell yes, and like clapping and
all of them?
Too many.
All of them?
A lot.
Too many.
And here's the thing. You know what she sounded just like? She sounded like a mom. That's what she sounded like. Like I'm
Mama bear.
gonna take care of it. Like
overprotective.
that's like just overprotective, controlling, but not like domineering, but just like this is how it is. I'm gonna love my baby, and this is what it's gonna be, and I'm gonna be in control. And it's like that's exactly what it sounded like. Like it sounded like Mama Bear. And so there's all these cubs out here going, "Oh yes, I would love Mama Bear.
Yeah.
Please bring Mama Bear."
Yeah.
and then like weeks later, they're like, "Why doesn't she respect me? You need to respect me. I need to get that hoodie that says respect me."
I done bought your whole outfit. You up here talking to me like this.
And not only that, but and I'm glad y'all said that. When women go into it talking about what they're bringing, I don't like when women say, "This is what I'm bringing to you." I don't care what the fuck you're bringing. I don't care what even if it's good intentions. I'm going to tell you what I require for you to be here.
Yeah.
And if what I require is something that you happen to offer, that means we're compatible. That's what that really means. That's what that means.
Yeah.
But what's not going to happen is you're going to tell me what you're bringing, and I'm like, I mean, I guess I can take that too. No, we don't know. I'm going to tell you what's required of you. Like even when you think about a job, when the job reads your resume, they're looking to see if what you have on your resume is in alignment with their agenda. Does it fit with their mission statement? That's why you got the interview, because they saw your resume and like, this fits with what we're doing. For you motherfuckers that don't get a call back for an interview, your resume sucks. It doesn't fit with what they're doing, right? I'm just telling you the truth, right? Then when you get the interview, the energy, the vibe. Do I like this motherfucker? Because y'all think interviews is just about qualifications. No, it's also about, does the interview even like your ass? Right? Because people will not hire you if they don't like you, right? Because you got to work with people. If they think you're antisocial, or you don't know how to carry a conversation, or if you don't know how to express yourself in an assertive fashion, many times they won't hire you because you're a liability. Yeah, I got it.
I do like gifts though. Like I do like gifts. Just to be said, like I think sometimes when we talk about stuff like this, there's the robotic guy. I always think about the robotic guy, right? That does everything to the T, the letter, that doesn't understand the little stuff. And the thing is this, like there's nothing wrong with getting a gift. One is your perspective of who's giving it to you and why they're giving it to you is what kind of really matters. If she's out and about and says, "Hey, I thought you might look nice in this shirt. I got the shirt. Here you go." That's different than somebody saying, like, "I got this shirt and I want you to wear this shirt
or else
when we go out." So there, and people be like, "Well, what does it matter? It sounds like the same thing." No, it's two different things. It's two different things. It's this is what I want you to look like when I'm next to you, compared to I thought this shirt would look nice. And I think that's where
a woman trying to dress you. A woman trying to dress you is a red flag.
Mommy energy.
Right. And I think that's the difference. And that's the type of things you'll get, and you'll see that I'm going to give you these gifts, because there's ladies say, "Look, I done got his whole outfit. I done made him, he used to dress this way, but look at the way I got him, dressed right now."
Yeah.
You look at them skinny jeans and stuff. Look at it, whatever.
Like her very own Ken doll.
Yeah. So, there's a difference.
Oh, real quick.
And so, yeah, go ahead.
Jay Roman, I want to say this real quick because I don't want to forget, and I'll pass it right back to you. A lot of you guys, you're dating or dealing with former Build-A-Bear owners. Like a lot of these chicks, when they were little girls, they had like Build-A-Bears. So when they meet y'all, that subconscious thing is, I'm trying to build my bear. Okay, I'm trying to influence how he's behaving because I like certain things about him, but he's not all the way there. So let me try and get him to change or adjust certain things. And some of it is conscious, which is very manipulative for it to be a conscious thing. But a lot of it is also subconscious, meaning that a lot of women aren't necessarily thinking about it. They're just used to doing certain things a certain way. So they go about dealing with men in the same fashion until they meet a man who redirects them. And what I mean by that is this. If you're dealing with a woman who is used to guys kowtowing to her, acquiescing, capitulating to her, and following her, when she comes across a real man who's way more dominant, it's going to be a shock to her system. Like, what? Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she's feeling it, right, on an animalistic primal level, she's going to snap to it because it's going to be new and it's going to be very intriguing and curiosity is going to get her. But what happens for some women, it can be a little intimidating because they realize that their beauty or their body, you don't respond the same way. You're not really impressed with none of that shit. You're very matter of fact or very indifferent to how they look. Because here's the thing, when you're talking to a woman knows if you're attracted to her or not. Okay, you don't have to make any mention of how she looks for her to get the picture. Y'all got it.
Right.
Well, Jay, what came to mind when you gave that example would be a further level. I mean, at least from my perspective, is that she'd be asking permission. So she's like out and about and sends you pictures, says, sir, I found this shirt that I thought would look really nice on you. May I get it for you? Like that's proper deference, right? And not just keeping like a soft a go ahead, like a soft assertiveness would be I think you would like this. I bought it for you. Hey, I bought you this shirt. What do you think? Right? Like that's pretty good. But I want the permission to happen before the action even happens. And if to that wall that Zag, you mentioned, like kind of butting up against that dominant force, and she were to do this sort of thing without even asking, without checking, without anything like that, my first thing would be, did I give you permission to do that?
Right.
And that would shock that system of what you were talking about, how she's like used to experiencing certain things from certain guys, that whole Build-A-Bear thing. That's that phrasing, that mentality would shock that system. She'd go, whoa, what? Like, and then she'd be like, oh shit, like maybe I do need to ask permission. But it's really just a pattern interrupt.
Yep.
Yeah. I kind of, you know what? I'm sitting here listening to you and I'm like, huh. Yeah, because I know the reasonings on my style, right? Because I want to know, are you going to bring the stylish shirt I like, or is it going to be something different you think I look nice in? Right? Because I have a certain style.
Like was wearing.
Sure. Right. So I have a certain style. And it's my style. This is what I wear. So do you know me, and do you stay within those parameters of me?
Right.
Now, if you're trying to stretch me out of me, then like, hey, you better, I'm not wearing that shirt, right? Like that's just period. It's not me. I'm an earth tone type person. I don't wear no hot nothing. So if you come in with some hot something, like, hey, I'm not wearing that. So, but I do like and understand what you're saying.
What about something fluorescent?
Nah, that's not my style. So
that ain't it either. All right,
do you say this is what he likes?
Right.
Not that this is a nice shirt. Let me try to put it on him.
Yep.
So,
but
I like that style, Justin, what you saying.
And to your point, and I'm glad, Justin, that you said that, because if a woman is just offering something without checking with you, who are you to assume I would even like your offer? How almost like you said, how dare you?
Right.
How dare you think
it's audacious
that you can just offer me anything, right? So even like when guys, like for instance, guys get excited because a woman is sharing a meal. Like they might be going to a chick house, to fuck, and she might say, "Hey, I cooked. You want some? Or I'll make you a plate." And then they call in and say a chick cooked for them, and then we find out, no, she just shared her meal with you, nigga. She just took an extra chicken and an extra portion of rice and threw that shit on the plate and said, "Here," right? So, but my point is, even with that, that means nothing. That means nothing. See, if a woman really wanted to wow you with some food, she would cook your favorite dish. And she would go to the grocery store and go shopping for the ingredients herself and cook that shit. Like if she really was about it, to your point, Justin, she would ask you, "Can I cook for you?" Like literally those words, "Is it okay, or can I cook for you?" And if you
imagine
want
the servant taking upon themselves to make the king a meal without any say so, with no words exchanged or anything.
I gotta tell you what I like. I don't want to cook what you like. Or here's the thing: if a woman is cooking you what she likes, that doesn't mean shit to me. Or Lord forbid, she cooking you what her ex like, thinking that all men like that shit.
It's very presumptuous.
Yeah,
exactly. I'll tell you what I like, and you cook that shit. And if you don't know how to cook, and I've had a woman actually say, I don't know how to cook that, but that's what recipes are for. And I'm like, good girl, taking the initiative, and you said that's what recipes are for. I like that, right? And what guys don't understand is the point that we're all making is when a woman has an agenda that might not be in alignment with yours, that might motivate her to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like offering shit to you, and you think, man, she cool than a motherfucker. But she has an agenda that's not in alignment. Like if you just want to fuck her, but she wants to be dated by you, a lot of the shit she's doing is to get you to date her, which is fine for all the ladies. There is nothing wrong with you wanting to make a man want to take notice of you doing things outside of sex so he'll date you. The problem is, and Justin, you made a great point about it, is you being presumptuous about what you think that thing is. Okay? And instead of making sure that whatever you're doing is in alignment with that man. Like, I'll give you a real quick example and I'll pass it right back to you guys. This is something so small and so simple. There was a young lady I was dealing with that we end up in a relationship later on. But we started off as fuck buddies. We eventually started dating, right? And we were out and about, and she noticed that I like, and I told this story many a times, but she noticed that I like to have when I was drinking beer back in the day, I like to have that shit served in a frosted mug. Like right? And after that, it was the first time we ever went out. And she saw that, and on her own, mind you, when I would come to her crib, she always had a frosted mug in a freezer, right? So that was her paying attention to something small, right? Which is major, because women like small shit that's major, because it's very thoughtful and considerate of them, that they're really paying attention and studying you. See, that's when a woman is really feeling you, when she's studying what you like, and she's bringing you what you like. But even then, she still has an agenda, though. So don't never assume that women don't have an agenda, because they want more. Whenever a woman wants more than just sex, and she actually knows what she's doing, she's going to start studying you and doing shit that's in alignment with what you like, or to what Justin says, she's going to ask you specifically, is it okay if I do this for you? Y'all got it.
Every time you mention this, Zag, I think of Hungarian goulash. Back when I was a unrefined gentleman as myself, I was a bit of an asshole. I have to apologize publicly to this girl named Danielle. And I'm quite sure she's not looking at this, but just in case, I apologize. Because she asked me one day if I could, if she could fix my favorite food. And I was getting irritated because I don't know what I was doing, but I told her it was Hungarian goulash, right? Never had it, never tasted it. I think I heard it or read it in a book or something. It was just, I don't even know why I said Hungarian goulash. But yet here comes this gray looking, I don't know,
stew soup
Hungarian goulash thing sitting down here, and
disgusting.
It didn't taste, I guess it was her first try too. She tried to put it together, and but shortly after that, we were on the couch and she found a different lady's underwear. And yes, it was the girl that lived a couple apartments down. Yes, but she was so upset. I fixed this Hungarian goulash out the blue, like it was just and I think about that, like, why did I even say? Because she was one of those ones that always wanted to do something for me, right? Because I made her feel a certain way. What I'm saying? She felt cool, safe, happy, like she enjoyed the time we spent together. I didn't have a lot of it, so I think basically she was trying to buy the time, right? Let me fix you dinner, let me do this, let me do that, and she was happy. She was happy with our interaction. And so I enjoy. I'm sitting back and I want to be. I don't want to play devil's advocate, but I'm sitting back and I'm like, man, so somebody come up and roll up with a gift, not to take the gift. That's pretty tough. I see some new Jordans or some new Air Force Ones on there. And I'm not talking about somebody that's brand new, right? I'm not talking about somebody that is, you're just interacting with every now and then, but somebody that you have allowed to be in that space with. And so, honestly, Justin, I kind of wanted to, because you got my mind thinking here a little bit. Have I ever turned down a gift? And I have before, but it was just because it was too much too soon or something like that, but not because they didn't ask permission to get me a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think, because a lot of guys, they're very robotic and they say things in a harsh way. Like, she called on the phone. Hey, I got you something to drink. Did I ask you to get me something to drink? And like, how do you present it? Are you that harsh with it? And I don't want to say harsh, but direct with it?
Yeah.
And how does it work for you when it comes out like that? Like,
it doesn't matter, because it automatically sets the tone. And when she makes that meal Zag, and she comes out, she learns the thing, and she's like, because she's pressed because she wants to win your affection, she wants to win your approval, right? So now all the leverage is on your side.
She wants it to be perfect
on your side of the seesaw, and she's like, like kind of waiting, wringing her little chef's hat in her hand. How is it? And you're like, it's all right.
It's all right.
It was horrible, by the way. It was horrible.
And that will just make her try harder. I mean, it's like straight up manipulation.
To your point,
but if you mix it with some good fucking, then it's all good.
Yeah.
Justin, to your point, I've been in long-term relationships. I'm talking about 5+ years, 10 years, where every time the woman made a meal, damn near, she would always ask, "How does it taste? Do you like it?" Every time, damn near, for years. Even though she made that particular meal hundreds of times, because she wanted to know, is it fixed to your liking? Do you still like my cooking? And women, this is how it really works. When you're in a relationship, or I'm in a relationship with you, they seek validation the whole time. This is what guys don't understand. They seek validation the whole time, right? Because whether or not it's the sex, it's something that you guys are doing, they still want to know, do you like this shit, right? Mm-hmm. Because they understand that their position in your life is contingent upon you still liking whatever it is about them, right? You might have women ask you, do you still think I'm pretty? She might be sucking your dick and look up, you still like the way I suck it? Yeah, girl, put that shit back in your mouth, right? And they're asking in a playful way, but deep down inside is really sometimes, and again, I've said this all the time, women go through bouts of insecurity. And when you're the type of guy where you're dealing with multiple women, it's natural for women to question their position sometimes. Is he gonna like the other chick better? Is he still gonna like the way I do this? So women will seek validation in the entire fucking relationship, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? At least that's pretty much been my experience. But I want guys to understand this. When we talk about, most men never experience a woman's best behavior. A woman can be pleasant, a woman can be courteous. That's not necessarily her best behavior, right? A lot of you guys, you run into inconsistent women all the time, right? Whether it be a woman who's testing your boundaries, she's not really responding to your text in a timely fashion. And here's another thing. When women are about you, like here's an example real quick. A woman might be in a meeting. You text her, "Hey girl, look, I got some available time this evening. If you're free, come by and visit me." She can be in a meeting. She will literally leave that meeting, text you, "Hey, I'm in a meeting. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. It's going to be a couple of hours before I can respond, so I wanted to respond now. I'll call you or I'll text you later or on my break," or something like that. Women will go out of their way to not upset the apple cart because they want access to you. They're not going to say anything. And women are very cognizant and conscious of things, right? They might even say, "Oh, let me not say it like that. He might think I'm rude, and I don't want him to think that because he might not fuck with me after that." Like when women are really fucking with you, this kind of shit does come up. Y'all got it.
Yeah. I was looking at the title about like experiencing woman's best behavior, and there's two kinds of bests, right? Like there's the best where she knows what she's doing and it's performative in order to achieve a certain outcome. And then there's best behavior as a reaction to the effects that your presence has on her. And at first, it's hard to tell the difference. You really can't tell the difference if she's a good actor. So that's why you have to kind of shoot things down, like approving of the things that she does, like that best behavior. Approve of it only about 10 to 15% of the time, and it's your standards should be at such a way that it's 80% of it, 85% of it is just not good enough. It's not done right.
Right.
And this will break down the performative, right? It will shatter that, because underneath that is the person who has the strong pride, strong ego, and it's going to activate that part that's hiding underneath, and they're going to want to, it's going to, over time, it's going to start enraging them, and they're going to want to push back. For the girl who is genuinely being on her best behavior and genuinely likes and respects you, she's going to take that disapproval completely differently. And she's not going to want to push back, and there's not going to be this performative mask that falls off. But it takes time. So you really should not be accepting or not accepting, but approving of all the stuff that she's doing and her behavior, her attitudes as at like face value, and go, oh, well, she's well behaved. That must mean she really likes me. It's like, no, she could be a really good actress. So start shooting that shit down.
I'm glad you said that.
She's sucking your dick. Said like, that's not good. You're doing it wrong. Start over.
So
right? They got like an instructional video. You're like, you know what? You're gonna sit here for the next 20 minutes and watch videos that I'm gonna choose for you, like on like Pornhub or something like that. And you're gonna watch these, and you're gonna study. You're gonna take notes for the next half an hour. Okay. And I'm gonna like take a nap, or I'm gonna go take a shower, whatever the fuck, play some Call of Duty. And when we come back, you're gonna be quizzed. Right? Her whole world is gonna be flipped upside down. Be like, wait, I've never had a man like deny his dick getting sucked and then say you're doing it wrong, and then give me homework on how to do it better.
Let me say this real quick.
No, let me say this. This is why you guys need to go over to the Dominance Academy and fuck with Mr. Justin, because
facts. That's facts.
Go ahead, Kay.
No, and here's the funny part. A lot of you guys, you're listening to what he's saying. You're like, oh, women won't go for that. Oh, you want to bet? This is what guys don't understand. Yeah, but this is what, even if whether they go for it or not. If you're the type of guy where you say, I'm not fucking with chicks if they don't go for it, right? When you actually move and think like that, you're going to encounter women at some point who do indeed want to move like that. Yeah, a lot of you guys, because you're on the surface, y'all really don't understand the depth of a woman's sexuality, and how a lot of guys have never penetrated anywhere near the depth of her sexuality. In order for a woman to really explore the depth of her sexuality, she needs a dominant lover, a dominant man. It has to be a dominant guy. It has to be a guy that can take her on a sexual journey that makes her look at sex like, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? She feels certain things that's unfamiliar because of what he's doing.
Facts.
Right? And a lot of you guys are on the surface, so you'll never get a woman to look at sex in a deeper fashion than how she looks at it. So you'll never understand what Justin just said. Right? When we talk about sexual confidence, and I said this in a couple of recent consultations, I said, some of you guys, when y'all have sex with chicks, like let's say you have sex 4 or 5 times, it takes you guys 2 or 3 times to be vocal about what you like and you don't like when it comes to sex. You have to have sex a couple times.
Right.
You should be on that before you even fuck. Hey, look, you should be telling chicks what you like, and depending on how you want the sex to be, you should be telling chicks certain things before the sex and during the sex right now, the first time. Like if a chick, to your point, I had a chick one time, she was trying to suck my dick, and I'm like, not yet. I'm not ready for that yet. Right? I want you to do some other shit, right? I'm not ready for that yet. Hold on, right? And a lot of guys, when you have sex, you just let women do whatever. And if you want to enjoy sex a certain way, you have to establish the foundation of communication. To your point, Justin, I want shit done a certain way. So I'm going to establish that now. So it becomes her new norm. It's kind of like when you think about a job, they give you a 90-day probation for a reason. They want to see how much you're buying in to their way of doing things. How much are you buying in? In 90 days, we can tell if you buy in or not, right? This is why they wait to give you the motherfucking benefits. This is why they make you wait a year before you can post out or you can get a promotion, because they want to see how much are you buying in and how consistent are you to our mission statement. When you're dealing with women, you have to do the same thing. How much are you buying in? Justin, to your point, performative. You're just performing. I've said this, and this is no offense to women. Women are chameleons and shapeshifters. That's what women are. Chameleons and shapeshifters. They will do whatever they got to do to get whatever they want from whatever men they're dealing with. They will shapeshift or they will be chameleons. This is why you'll have one woman play the innocent all-American girl next door role for one guy, and she'll be a complete slut for the next guy. Yeah, I got it.
To go with the title, one thing I want to say is, of course, about a masculine identity. One of the reasons why most men will never experience a woman's best behavior is because not understanding who you are, right? Not having a masculine identity if you don't have a clear example of who you are, right? The woman could never give you her best behavior because her behavior is a result of your character, because a woman reflects, right? And so if you're not sure of who you are, if you're too flexible, if you're always switching code, if you're always, if you don't know how to be consistently you, to consistently display your character, because like somebody mentioned it earlier about Justin is talking about, a woman calling and asking permission to do something for you. But in another situation, when you have a certain masculine identity and a woman knows your character, right? She'll know the type of shirt to buy for you, right? Like Jay Roman said, I only do earth colors. So she's not going to bring home a fuchsia shirt for Jay Roman. She's going to bring home the earth tone shirt, and she'll keep the receipt just in case you don't like it. And she'll be willing to take it back because she understands the type of man she's dealing with. That only happens when you have a masculine identity. A lot of these dudes, like we discussed earlier, they're still seeking the validation of their mother, right? And that's the disposition of a lot of men today in society. A lot of men are looking at the way that they used to go to their moms and seek validation. Mom, did I get a good grade? Did I do my chores well enough for you? Did this make you happy? Always seeking the validation of the feminine. And a lot of times with seeking validation, you're going to switch your character. You're going to change who you are. You're going to acquiesce, right? And so the reason why most men never get to see a woman's best behavior is because you're never on your best behavior as far as being consistent in who you are, being consistent in your character, and knowing who you are, displaying who you are from an honest place. So the woman doesn't know what to reflect back to you because you don't have a clear image of yourself.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I can't agree more. You guys have, we've all had jobs in our lives where the environment and the boss are very relaxed. You guys have ever had that? Like you could show up wearing the same clothes every day. Like no one care. No one says anything. It's very and the environment shows, right? It's not tight. Everything's just real chill and relaxed. And that's cool in terms of vibe, because sometimes it's all right to have a job where that's the energy. But then you've also had jobs where you knew people were watching you, like people above you, right? Mm-hmm. There were clear standards, like in the pamphlet. There was and people get reprimanded, and when people get reprimanded,
you can't get away with shit at that job.
And there's they run a tight ship, and there's clear expectations, and everybody knows this stuff. And the smallest things are brought to your attention, right? It's like, oh, you were 5 minutes late. It's like, hey, come into my office. And traffic was yes, but you were 5 minutes late. Mm-hmm. Traffic, nothing. Mm-hmm. Should have gotten up 5 minutes earlier.
Facts.
Check the traffic report. What I'm saying? You being late is not my problem. Facts. Until you make it my problem. And you've made it my problem. So the difference is that the leader of the environment has created different expectations based on just how they move and what they're accustomed to and then what they want to create. So like Jilliana, she made a great comment here. She said, you will only see our best behavior if you expect it. Well, expectation is kind of quiet. It's not just expectation. It's verbally making it known what your expectations are and not being afraid of it. Like being really comfortable and understanding, like, this is what I want. This is what I like. And if she doesn't like that, like, that's perfectly okay. She can tip the fuck out the door. And that's fine. Like, respect, like, not every environment is made for every single person.
So real quick, a couple of things real quick. Real quick, J. Roman, let me just shout out a couple of things real quick. Shout out to the homie Steve. Guys, call in, right? Come on now. Guys, and there's some questions that we're going to get to. Again, the call-in line right there, and you motherfuckers is cheap. You know what I'm saying? Income tax time is coming. Come on, spend the money wisely. Invest in yourself. Also, real quick, because the homie Unique said something that I want to read. Right, shout out to him for being a member for the past 2 years and 1 month. Due to my own experiences with dating women, having sex with women, observing their behavior, and so forth, I don't care what they say or what they think. What is important is what they respond to. Yeah, I agree. And let me just say this real quick, and I'll pass it to you, J. Roman. And it sounds cruel, right? When you say, I don't care what a woman's hobbies are or what her interests are or any of that. The question you have to ask yourself as a man is, what does any of that have to do with you? If she likes to play tennis at 12 o'clock every Saturday, what does that have to do with you? Right? Whatever. If she likes fucking rom-coms, what the fuck does that have to do with you? Right? Because she was enjoying all of those things before you. She can continue to enjoy those things now that you're here, but she can enjoy those things with other people. I don't have to participate in that shit because those aren't the shit. Those aren't the things I like to do. Right? When women are really fucking with you, if a woman is going to be a part of your world, she needs to immerse herself in your world, assuming she gets granted access. She needs to find out, what is he about? And do I fit in with what he got going on? The woman needs to adapt to you, not the other way around.
Facts.
Period. That's how that shit goes. I got it.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on Justin's analogy there, and I really liked it after hearing what Miles said and Justin. It made me really think about explaining something to gentlemen about being your own man, right? And using Justin's analogy of that relaxed office. So if you're an employee of that relaxed office that he was talking about, but you come in a suit, and you come in you come on time, your customer service is A plus, you treat your employees a certain way, but that's not how they're used to, right? They have this relaxed office. How long will the environment affect you, or will you affect the environment? And I think that's where men stand alone, and the difference between interactions that they may have. And just using that analogy, after a while, if you stay the course on who you are, you'll start to see it affect the environment. And it may not affect it entirely, but people that interact with you will take you and listen to you in a different way. Right. They'll start to notice it and say, hey, maybe I need to step up a little bit too. Hey, I like the way you handled that customer. Maybe I need to, do, and they'll start to notice how, man, we all come in whenever we want, but John is always in here. He's in here before any of us get in here. He's in his suit. He's on the phone. He's already taking care of business. He's doing his thing. After a while, you will start to affect the environment. Only a weaker man will let the environment affect him. Right. Because now you start to change and come in a little bit late. Or, next, you're not wearing a suit anymore. You got you got slacks replaced with jeans. You got your tie and shirt replaced with a polo. You coming in late. You're barely answering the phone. You guys are talking more than doing work. You were infected by the environment because you could not stand alone. And that's what happens when in relationships with ladies and women. Too. Yeah, definitely. So, just using that analogy, you have to be that type of person that you're consistent, and the consistency and the discipline, and as a man, that it doesn't matter what the environment is. This is who you are.
Real quick, a couple of things for the people who are watching my channel that had the situation happen. I'm gonna do a part 2 solo joint to this, right, to kind of make up for that. So I'm just letting y'all know I'm gonna do a part 2 solo joint with this title, because there's a bunch of other things that I want to get to that we're not gonna be able to get to because of time constraints. Shout out to Kobe Lean with the 1999 3 free question calls, guys. Right, three free calls where you can ask or a question. Right, come on, let's get it. Right, if y'all want to call in, make it happen. We do have some questions. I want to make a point. You said something, Jay Roman. You said be impacted or affected by your environment, or you affect your environment. There was a line by the rapper Saigon, and he said something along the lines, "When I spit, the room temperature changed." Right? When you think about being assertive, right? Being assertive is just imposing your will confidently. You impose your will in every situation, whether it's business, professional, with your family. When you deal with people, you impose your will. When people are dealing with you, you make it be known how it has to be for you to be a part of this situation. Period. If I'm gonna be a part of any situation, if it ain't like I like, I'm not gonna be a part of it. Period. Right. Point blank, period. That's just how that shit goes. Right. So the problem with you guys is y'all don't know how to assert yourself with women, where you let women know this is what it is. This is what I'm trying to do. And I'll use the swimming pool story, where again, me and one of my friends at the time, we met 2 chicks at a club. First night we met them, we headed back to his crib, for sex, obviously, right? Because I ain't heading back doing nothing else, right? So on the way into the gate to the apartment complex, I'm looking at the pool, right? I tell the girl, yo, we gonna skinny dip in that pool. Right? I didn't say, is it okay? Is it cool if we do it?
That's the pool where the moon was shimmering off
the moon. The water's edge. Yeah, it was shimmering. Yeah, you can see the moonlight. It had a little glow. You know what I'm saying? and I'm like, I can see me and you in that glow. You know what I'm saying? In the middle of that glow, humping. I said humping at that age to me and shit. All right, so anyway, but my point is this. Even with that, right, I wanted to go skinny dipping. I didn't ask her, was it okay? I wanted to go skinny dipping. That's what I wanted to do. So I told the young lady, that's what we're going to go do. And you know what she did? Okay. She didn't say why. She didn't say people might see us. She said, okay, with a smile. I am romantic. Look, hold on, real quick. Hold on. Let me address you niggas real quick. I am romantic. That's why I understand the responsibility of bringing that kind of energy to women, because I'm really that guy. Like, I really am. So I understand the responsibility of introducing that kind of energy to women. And I also understand that most women don't deserve it. Most women, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve bubble baths and candles around it. They don't deserve that shit. Most women just don't, right? And women, I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest, right? Because in my life, I can count on one hand how many women actually saw that I had a romantic side. Most women be like, he got a romantic side? Him? They would never fucking know it. They would never know it. Because 99% of the women, I'll say 95%. 95% never saw an inkling that I could be romantic, because I understand the responsibility. It's kind of like, if you're good at eating pussy, if you're really good at it and like you won awards for cunnilingus, like you won multiple awards, MVPs and shit, right? I'm being facetious. But when you're really good at it though, y'all know what I mean, right? When you have a platinum tongue, you know you cannot do that to everyone. You cannot.
Right.
You cannot. Right? Even if you got a mean stroke game, right? You know, because of how you move sexually, not every woman can experience the best you offer sexually. Right. They can't, because you know how women get when you do. You know how they get. Like, even with being romantic, if you're really a romantic guy and you're dealing with a woman who really feeling you, once she starts to see that you are a romantic guy, that's gonna make her fall for you even quicker. Right? I don't want a woman falling for me who don't deserve to be falling for me.
Right.
You don't deserve to have them fucking feelings. I don't want you to have them feelings. If I can help it, you're not gonna have them. Right? I'm gonna shut the door on that. That's why it's just fucking. Y'all got it.
Oh, you said we had questions?
Yes, let's get to it. All right. So the first question is, y'all got it.
All right, so Nemesis, I guess, says, is it okay to let her spend the night if she lives 1 or 2 hours away? No, it's not. Not at all. Like, that's it. Next question. I don't know if you guys got anything for that.
Well, where it's coming from, because if she lived 2 blocks away, right, then or 20 minutes away, it would be no problem. Right, he'd probably be like, you can go home. But the reason why is that he feels bad, and then the question is, well, why do you feel bad? Right. She's spent 2 hours coming to you, so why is it a problem for her to do 1 to 2 hours back? You know what I'm saying? Like, I live in New York. Like, you can spend an hour on the train just going from Brooklyn to the Bronx. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? An hour. Like, come on. So it's really he's just being soft, and he's just worried that she's going to be upset. And actually, if you just said, all right, time for you to get on, do you need me to make you some coffee? If it's late or something like that, then that would actually drive up her attraction, because it's in the same way when she makes you the meal and you're like, yeah, that's all right. Right. Like it's gonna ding her ego, because every other guy's like, oh, I would love for you to spend the night. Let's cuddle, and for you to be like, okay, I'm ready. Can I make you some coffee? I'll get your shoes. Like, let's go. That's going to ding that ego. But, you're just afraid. You're afraid of missing out on her approval by, kicking her out, so to speak.
Thanks. Jay?
No, it just sounds like they only have nighttime sex. Not because it would be real. Like, let's think about it. Like, if she drove 2 hours in the morning and she got to your house at 10 o'clock, and y'all enjoyed your interactions together, and now it's lunchtime, what is she going to stay the whole day just so she can stay the night? Like, once whatever you guys arranged is done, that's it. Have a good day. Here's your coffee. I hope you get home safely. I want you to call me. I have concern about people I am interaction with, but at the same time, it doesn't stop the program that you have. The thing is this. I've been there. I used to be like, if you stayed in town, you could not stay the night, period. If you stayed out of town, I would let you stay one night, but during that one night, you're cuddling, you're pillow talking, you're watching.
No,
movies.
I'm putting them on the couch. I'm putting them on the couch. No.
You're doing all that stuff without it.
If there's a blizzard, she got to sleep on the couch.
Oh, I had one girl stay on the couch before. I had one, because Zach, you know what happens, right? They start on the couch, they say they're going to the bathroom or something, and then they say, "Hey, are you awake? Are you up?"
That's
right?
That's why I'm wearing my jeans.
It always happens.
That's why I'm wearing jeans with a belt, so she can't get access to the dick while I'm wearing jeans to bed.
Come on, I'm gonna keep it 100 with everybody. It always happens. They as soon as they come out the bathroom, are you asleep? So I already know what's going to happen when you start off on that couch. The thing is, if you have a certain program, you have to be smarter than the average bear. Don't have her come over at night. I'm gonna be 100 and keep it funky with this group. If you come over at 9 o'clock at night and you live 2 hours away, first of all, our session is gonna take some time. Right. And then on top of that, so you talking about 3 o'clock in the morning, which I have had women leave at 3 o'clock in the morning and take a long drive.
3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
But myself, I'm a concerned person, because anything could happen, and I would hate for your phone to ping where I'm at and you disappear. So I need the phone calls. I need all sorts of stuff, to let me know that you're okay wherever you're at, wherever you're headed to. Right. Just to keep it real. So, however, make arrangements. If you know she's 2 hours away, hey, won't you come over after breakfast, hop on the road, come and see me. We get our session in, you get your appointment taken care of, and then you can still have a beautiful ride all the way back home in the daylight.
In the daylight.
So let me say this. Let me say this. No, it's not okay. No, it's not okay. And here's the thing, and I want to be clear. Are there women who are capable of spending the night and they don't look at it as anything more than I'm just spending the night because it's late? And they're able to do that. Okay, are there women? No, there are some. But here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. You guys aren't built for that. You cuddle buddy, spooning, forking motherfuckers. Y'all are not built for a woman laying on your chest and y'all can just leave it like that. Y'all get all warm and fuzzy when women do that shit, right? I don't, right? I don't even cuddling with chicks. That's a no-no. Taking showers with chicks, all of that extra shit is a no-no. And the reason why, for me personally, I'm not doing it is because I know how women get with me specifically, right? And if all you're trying to do is engage in casual sex, or maybe even have fuck buddy situations or a rotation of women you're having sex with, why would you want to introduce anything that can give that woman any inkling that she can have more and you just met her? I don't want her to think she can have more and I just met her. Like you haven't, like, this is gonna sound cruel, ladies. I know. I want a woman to feel like she's in a dungeon with no windows.
Oh my God.
When I first meet her. Like there's no hope for anything but sex. Like there's no hope for anything but sex. I really want her to feel that way. And the reason why I need her to feel that way is because I need her to keep her emotions far, far, far away from the interaction. Right? I need her emotions way. It's kind of like when a woman comes in to your house, you shut the door on her emotions and you tell her you're not needed today. Just her. Right? And emotions stay outside. Right? Because as loving as women can be, when their emotions get involved, if you're not on point, it can corrupt the interaction. It can corrupt it. Like a lot of you guys, you're meeting women and they're asking you out the gate. So, you know what I'm saying? So, are you having sex with any other women? I don't know if I want to have sex with a guy who's having sex with a lot of other women. And you entertain that. And the moment you entertain that, her emotions have already infiltrated and fucked up the whole thing. Period. Right? So we're keeping the emotions far, far. I need you to just react and respond to what I'm telling you. Don't, because once a woman starts to think a little too much, now the emotions come in. No, girl, I'm gonna need you to just react and respond to what I'm telling you to do. It's either a yay or a nay. None of that other middle ground shit. But y'all got it.
Yeah, and also like that's no cunnilingus. You can't bring out the platinum level dick. You got to give mediocre dick.
Copper. Give her copper.
Half
Give her
stroke.
copper dick.
Right.
We call that
Copper
half
dick.
stroke.
Right, exactly. And you have to be all right with her having that perception of you. Right? Because a lot of guys, they want to be like, oh, I want to be her best. I want to show off. I want to make sure that she's like, oh my gosh, that was the best fucking ever. And you can't do that, because if you do give her dick that makes her feel that way, now that emotion's going to bust down that door. And most guys are ill-equipped to deal with a woman's mind and emotions. They just don't have it. They don't know what to do, and that's how they get us into drama. So yeah, to extend on what Zag is saying is like you kind of minimize everything and not leaving much wiggle room. And then you also have to give mediocre dick and be all right. Like your pride has to be okay with that.
Yep.
See, the issue is this though, because you can give mediocre dick, but if that mouthpiece is full size, you still have a problem, because they don't care about the mediocre dick anymore. They still want to just be there, just to be around you. So that's where the limitations come from. The discipline comes from when you have a program. You say, don't be on the phone all day long with them. Don't be talking all day long with them. Hey, here's your 15 minutes, your 10 minutes, your 5-minute conversation. Go about your day. But a lot of guys sitting there, nah, man, she be thinking about me. I'll be on the phone with her for like 2 hours. We have a great conversation. We're so connected. No. You got to have stroke everything.
So we got a question.
Yeah, AJ.
Well, but also, again, go ahead, Miles. Go ahead.
I was going to read the question, but if you have something else for the other question.
No. You got it.
Okay. The question goes: should we accept and adapt to a woman's flaws? First of all, no. Like, should we accept and adapt to a woman's flaws? No. Trying to coach her and working on growth, or should we prioritize initial capability and alignment with someone's natural fitting from the start? Someone naturally fitting from the start.
Yes. Guys, real quick, Justin, real quick.
Yeah.
Let me just say this real quick. And I've said this about compatibility. Compatibility literally means existing in harmony without conflict. That's what compatibility means. Existing in harmony without conflict. If you're telling women stuff and they're resisting it, or they're telling you no, or they are offering another suggestion instead, there's conflict. Period. There's conflict. When we talk about naturally fitting in, technically a woman really can't fit in just yet because she has to deal with you for a period of time for you to know whether or not she can really fit your lifestyle. But initially, when we're talking about compatibility, when women are attracted to you, attraction is instant. The moment you guys start talking to each other, right? If you guys are having a conversation, it's going to be known then and there, assuming you have a decent conversation. If you have a 2 or 3 minute conversation, that's more than enough time to know whether or not a woman is feeling you, depending on what you're saying. So what he's talking about prioritize initial compatibility as if you're dealing with people that aren't compatible with you, and then you're going to try and make it compatible later on, which is impossible. Yeah, I got it.
Well, I was going to point out that it's a malformed question, right? In thinking that if there is alignment and compatibility, then there will be no flaws.
Right.
These are two separate things. You can be aligned, she could be aligned and compatible with you,
right,
but also have flaws, because every human on this planet has flaws. We all have potential and room to grow and adapt and evolve, right? So having flaws and being aligned are two separate things. She could have no flaws, perceived to you. You could perceive no flaws, and you could be incompatible and misaligned. So that they're not synonymous with one another. Yes, any woman that you bring into your world should be compatible to you, and she should be aligned with you. But she's going to have flaws. She's going to have things, behaviors, mindsets, way of speaking, way of thinking, the way she feels about herself, and a whole host of other things that need fixing. Like, according to your program, right? Like you said, like maybe one of your rules is like, we don't do negative self-talk here.
Right.
We don't get down on ourselves. I don't talk to myself that way, and I better not be hearing you talk about yourself that way. So you start cleaning up the way she talks and the way she thinks. We could call that a flaw, but it's just correcting. Okay. But you could have great alignment on your values. You could have great alignment on your morals, on your hobbies, the way you see the world. Like, all that can be in alignment, but it doesn't mean it's like free from correction. Like, these are two separate things.
Yeah. Let me say this real quick and I'll pass it. Real quick, let me just say this real quick and I'll pass it to you, J. Roman. Let me just say this. When we talk about flaws, that's subjective, because everybody's imperfect. Okay, you're going to be imperfect, right? But when we talk about flaws, like let's say a woman has a flaw where she don't know how to be on time, I would never date her seriously if that's her flaw, because you got to be on time for me every time. So if that's a flaw, and I did have a situation where I had to check a chick, and I told her, I said, if this is going to be a problem, I don't ever have to offer another date again. I will go back to just fucking. Fuck the dates. I had to tell her that. Like, I'll cut all that shit out and go back to just fucking you if you don't know how to be on time, right? So when you talk about flaws, are you talking about people just being imperfect, like she snores or something, or she snorts when she laughs or whatever? Or is the flaw a detriment to the flow of how you move in your life? Y'all got it.
Yeah, I don't like the word flaw there. I think there's a difference between a flaw and somebody making a mistake. And I take a mistake like a misstep. Like you are normally stepping on this path and then you misstepped, and I had to correct that misstep and say, hey, what were you thinking there? No, that's not what we do. That's not what we're going to act. That's not how we're going to behave. Where you have already put some sort of tread on those steps that we recognize that's a misstep. To me, that is something you could say coachable or something we could talk about. But a flaw is to me, is something inbred kind of deep. And I'm not coaching that out. You go about your day, on that one. Right. And we're not compatible because, if it's something that's in depth, it's going to keep showing its head up again. It's going to start rearing up over and over. And we going to have to revisit this because to me, flaws are pretty deep. And then on the second part of that question, where he's like, we're something more naturally compatible. Is that what he said? Or
my bad. Let me grab it. Okay, there you go.
Yes, naturally fitting.
Naturally fitting. To me, when I hear that, I automatically think all you are doing is fitting from another man's program that she remembers. So, sometimes like, oh, they're just so naturally. No, somebody had a program, and she might have misstepped or had a flaw, and now she has to go to a new program. Right. But she still remembers some of the good things about that program. I just think like a lot of times ladies had a program that they were following and they move as such. And we think it's naturally fitting for us. But like any program, when you go somewhere new, you have to override that program. And I think don't get lazy because you feel aligned or that is naturally fit. You still have to override and program that. So there's always going to be this coaching. And I don't think, you can't relax. There's no rest day for men.
Facts.
There's just no rest day for men. So
facts. And that's a big point, Jay Roman, because based on the question, all he's really saying is, when can I relax from training my woman? When can I stop the vetting process? When can I stop being a man so I can exhale? Again, a lot of these questions are really just men trying to ask themselves, how can I switch places with her so I could be the woman? You understand? And it gets kind of pitiful sometimes when you really look at it. But the bottom line is this: don't a woman just needs to be coachable, because like Justin said, we're all humans. All of us are going to come with flaws, right? But it's the woman who is coachable, and her personality only needs to be compatible enough so that the coaching is effective, meaning that she trusts in your leadership. And so when you coach her, it's effective, meaning that you don't have to tell her too many times before she gets it. Right now, if you're saying that she's flawed to the point where you keep trying to tell her the same fucking thing and it can't get through, or she won't change her behaviors and get with the program, then you might have to drop her. You understand? But the bottom line is this: the job of the man is we're always vetting. We're always vetting. We're always training, and we're always putting these women on notice and letting them know this is how you have to behave if you want to be a part of my life. That's literally it. So it's always a job for us. But go ahead, Kay.
No, you said something very, very important there, Roman. I want guys to understand. See, when you're a man, and shout out to Miles, when you have your masculine identity, when you have a certain way that you do things, you're the same no matter what woman comes into the fold.
Right.
You move the same. The problem with a lot of you guys, because you don't have any dating rule standards and you don't have a certain way that you move, no matter what woman you deal with, you're flexible to the woman. Right? So a lot of you guys, when women meet you, you're a chameleon yourself. Because depending on how the woman is, that kind of determines whether or not, you know what, she seems, a little standoffish, so I'm not going to be direct. I'm going to stay passive because she might get offended. Oh, she seems like she's, more upbeat. All right, I'm going to be upbeat. Right? It's almost like you're adjusting to what you think the woman's communication style is. Right? That's a lot of you guys, you move that way, whether you realize it or not. So you don't have a program for a woman to follow. So what happens, to your point, Jay Roman, when women come, especially when women are getting out of relationships and they're hitting the dating scene again, they have residual habits from the last guy. right? They have residual habits that they're bringing, whether they realize it or not. It might not be a conscious thing, but subconsciously they might offer to make you a sandwich. It's another man's sandwich. You're like, well, I didn't put that. Hey, who said anything about tomatoes? I don't like them shits. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. And she just subconscious, she's making you another man's sandwich, right? So what happens, this is why when women bring you shit, you shouldn't just accept shit, because the last guy, that was the thing she was doing for him. And it's like, no. I have a whole new set of things I like. So let me mold you, right? Or coach you up to what I like. And if what I like happens to be what another man like, then just so be it. The nigga got good taste. So, it is what it is. But the problem, a lot of you guys, when women come into your life because they're doing things that you're not used to, you get a little too excited about it. And you're like, yeah, let me accept that. And what she's doing is what another man taught her to do, right? So you have no agency, right? And that's why that's another reason why a woman is going to be inconsistent with you, because you're going to be like, she's not reciprocating. Well, because you've been allowing her to do what another man allowed her to do. So there's nothing for her to reciprocate because you haven't introduced her to you yet. You kind of been going with the flow. A lot of you guys, the way you date, y'all go with the flow. So the woman, in many instances, she's the one initiating things. And you're just like, oh, okay, I'm cool with that.
If you eating a sandwich with bacon, sprouts, and sandwich spread, not eggs, you might want to know, you might want to ask her, you know Jay Roman?
Yeah. Not too many people eating that sandwich, bro. But yeah. So
sprouts and bacon, I like that. That's all right.
No, it's the sprouts, the bacon with some sandwich meat with the sandwich spread, not mayonnaise. It's called sandwich spread when you go to the grocery store and pick it up. It's a sandwich spread.
Oh yeah, that's how they do it over there.
Yeah,
sandwich.
Yeah. So
on the East Coast,
he says
mayo. Fuck out of here.
Mayo on the East Coast.
No, we don't do mayo. We don't do mayo.
Like you think about soda, pop. Like even how people refer to soda is different and shit.
Yep.
So he says
tennis shoes.
The homie from yeah, exactly. Or sneakers. Yep.
Sneakers. Trainers.
Or athletic shoes.
It's like
Some people say athletic shoes. Or
trainers. Like, let's go play basketball. Sure, let me go get my tennis shoes. You're like, what?
What? We're about to go play basketball. What the fuck you doing?
No, tennis shoes are literally to play tennis in, right? Because those were the first athletic shoes, really, were tennis shoes, right? Shout out to John McEnroe and Chris Everett and all of them, right? And even people before them, Arthur Ashe and all of that, right? So he says, should I read erotic novels written by women or by men to get a better perspective on sex? Okay, guys, okay. Okay, real quick. When I was in high school, right? One of the things, I was always creative. I was always into art, not only drawing, painting, pottery. I was into all of that, 2D art, 3D art, all of that. But I was also into poetry, haiku, similes, what I'm saying, all of that shit, right? And different types of forms of poetry. But let me say this. I went out of my way and I took a creative writing class, an elective, a creative writing, because that was just something that I liked, right? Whether it was writing, raps, whether it was writing short stories, movies, whatever it was, that was something that I was into. When you do that and you immerse yourself in things like that, you're going to get better at speaking. You're going to get better at articulating yourself, right? Because of the different words you're learning. So let's talk about novels, right? When I used to look at, not get, but I didn't buy this shit. When I used to look at the Playboy magazines, I would read the stories. I would read the stories, and they were stories, talking about, sex, right? So what happens is when you do hear stories or you go to erotic poetry readings, or shit like that, I've been to a lot of those too. When you see how women respond to words from other people, and you just see how women are gasping and they getting turned on, you understand how simplistic a lot of guys are when they speak to women and how they never reach the depths of a woman's sexuality. So when you talk about erotic poetry, are you doing it because that's something you're interested in, or are you doing it because you're trying to get pussy? That's my point. Y'all got it.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is something that I do with my students. They have to read erotic novels. And there's different types of erotic novels. So because it's grown a lot since the early Harlequin Press books. Harlequin Press were the books that you saw in the drugstore when you were a kid, and it's got Fabio on the cover, like the muscly dude with the long golden hair, and he's holding a woman in his arms, and her dress is ripped, and like things
and
have
the
progressed.
shirt looks like it's blowing in the wind, half ripped.
Yeah,
and shit.
exactly.
Yeah,
so that that still exists, okay, but it's progressed a lot. So there's a wide range now that go into dark romance, dark fantasy, straight up smut. There's a wide range, but the question is wrong, right? Because you will not get a better perspective on sex. What you will get is a better perspective on fantasy, which is a part of sex. But that's really what you want to understand. And what you should be doing is reading the books written by women. A good resource, if you don't want to buy books, is you go on Reddit and look for the subreddit called Gone Wild Stories. And so it's subreddit Gone Wild Stories, or r/Gone Wild Stories, and it's just people putting up their own short stories that are erotic, and you can tell which ones were written by girls and which ones were written by guys. The guy ones are shorter and they get right to the point, just like porn, and the girls, they drag things out. They bring about tension and anticipation and all that good stuff,
like an overall experience.
This is the drug of girls, is anticipation and tension. And that's all those novels are. It's just tension that's dressed up in different formats. And so definitely read the ones written by women, and do some Google searching, like top erotica authors, right? But don't do that because you'll get stupid Google hits. Do top erotica authors Reddit. And there's like subreddits that they just discuss their favorite erotica authors. And just write some down, go on Amazon, find some of these books, read them, and just understand it's not about you getting better or getting a better understanding of sex. It's a better understanding of fantasy.
Let me say this real quick to your point, and I want guys to understand something to your point. A lot of guys, let's get the call real quick.
There it is.
All right. Last 7 minutes.
All right. We got a 602. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set show. Name, age, city. Where did you send it? 602.
Yes, how's it going? Hello.
Hey, what's up, man? Where did you send it?
Oh, I thought today was not the free day. Sorry about that.
We got a free call. We got a free call. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, we do have free calls. Yeah, go ahead. You can take a free call. Name, age, city.
Oh, okay.
Name, age, city.
Okay, yeah, this is Frank, Arizona, 43.
Thank you. What's on your mind?
Okay, so, I've been calling in here and there, but I finally got this girl I'm dealing with. Only problem is, I probably think she's one of the best girls I've been around, and I've been.
Okay, get to the question. Get to the question.
The question is, what if she is into the witch occult, but I'm into Christianity, and I don't like it? Should I still just play along or just end it?
Play along? What do you mean play along?
Like, pretend that
don't pretend.
Hold on. Let him answer. When you say play along, what the fuck do you mean?
Should I pretend that it doesn't bother me that she's into the occult and I'm in the church, the Christian church?
So let me ask you this. No, wait. So in the interest of playing along, what if she asks you to cut the neck of a chicken so she could get the blood to do whatever ritual she's trying to do? You gonna do it?
Oh no, I ain't gonna do that.
So I thought you was ready to play along.
Oh yeah, not that far. I ain't trying to cut no necks.
Caller. Listen, caller. This is the point. If her lifestyle choices are in direct opposition to your own, you don't fuck with her on any level, not even sex. Do you understand that?
I was only in it for the sex. That's all I was in it for. The sex.
But here's the problem. Okay, real quick, let me say this and I'll pass it to you, Mr. Justin. Let me say this real quick. This is why I got to question your belief in your own religion. Because if you really stood on something, where are your standards? See, when you say I'm gonna pretend, so you're saying I'm gonna compromise my values and my beliefs and my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ so I can get some pussy from this devil worshiping bitch.
You going to hell, nigga?
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Well, what it reveals.
Oh,
is
damn!
what,
I didn't see it that way. Oh shit!
It reveals what is revered, worshipped, and sought after. Right? You're revering and seeking after getting laid. That's what you're revering.
Well, he made it into an idol, and that should go directly against.
Yes. What is it? Thou shalt not worship false idols.
Woo!
Right. So, but yeah, my main, I mean, aside from that, I'm not trying to judge you or whatever, but Color, your main reasoning, like, what's the whole reason, purpose for talking to the lady? Is to get laid?
No, I was just trying to get in the.
Okay, so what does it matter what she believes? What if she told you she's part of in the Green Party? Would that matter?
No.
Okay. What if she told you she was part of like the NRA, like National Rifle Association?
No, that wouldn't matter.
Okay. Would it bother you if she said that she was really into like astrology, horoscopes, and shit like that?
No, because she is into that. She always trying to read my horoscope.
Okay. So the reason why I'm putting this out is, what does it matter what her values, interests, and beliefs are when it comes to what you are after? And because because you are concerned with what her values, beliefs, and structuring is, that makes me think you're not just looking at her as just a piece of pussy. You are looking at her as a potential girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Because why else would you be considering how she lives her life if that is the only thing that you're after?
Facts.
So stop looking at these girls just because you don't have abundance. You're not talking to a lot of these girls. You don't have a lot of access. So when they do come around, you're automatically jumping to like, ooh, how can I, like, what would it look like if she was mine? And then you're in this conflict because you're like, oh shit, she doesn't live a life like I do. It's in opposition to me, and this is a bother. So I'm going to call these fellas and see, what should I do?
Well, here's the thing. On top of his heritism, right? He exposed himself.
You are a heretic.
It's heresy. Thank you. He exposed himself from the beginning when he said, "I finally got this girl." Mm-hmm. So he claims he just wants pussy, but he actually wants a relationship from her because he's been scheming on her for a while now. So he's already committed to this woman. That's why he's trying to play along. You just don't want pussy, sir. You want a relationship from this woman. So you're not only lying you're not only lying to Jesus, to us, you're also lying to yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, in Caller, this is how you know.
40s, man. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should. Matter of fact, I'm hanging up because I don't want God to strike me. No,
Caller, and this is how you know, real quick, and this is how you know you're not really on point for what you're trying to do, because you said you just want to have sex, but you said two things that leads me to believe you've been talking to this woman for a minute. One, the fact that y'all even got on the topic of religion. Why are you talking about that? Two, you said she's always trying to read your horoscope, which implies there's an S, time nigga, meaning passed. Plural. There's no singular time. There have been multiple occasions she tried to read your horoscope. Miles, you got that button while you talking to a bitch about nothing?
Yeah. Here we go.
What are you doing talking to a bitch about nothing?
I thought y'all supposed to be fucking, right? Because all you want from her is sex, right, Caller? You lying motherfucker. You're going to hell. You're going to hell today. You're going to hell. Oh, no. You're a grown-ass man and you're still lying to yourself like this. I can't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the worst thing about here's the thing about beliefs. Okay. Beliefs are not set in stone unless you have been conditioned over a long period of time. Okay. Like your brain, like since childhood, you know, and I've seen it. I've seen people like condition their kids.
It has to be
like,
subconscious.
You better clean your room or you're going to burn. And then the kids are like, oh shit, I better clean my room. You know, and they scare the shit out of kids to condition their behavior to be in such a way
that folklore shit.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, it's with every sort of like belief structure, right? You got to put fear in there to make someone behave.
Right.
And so that's hard. But a newer thing, like, oh, she started like studying Wicca 5 years ago. Okay. When you're as a man with a capital M, your influence can be such that it overrides her values and morals. And it starts shifting and adapting and evolving to yours.
Facts.
Because the more influence that you have over her, the more vulnerable she becomes to you. You become the point that which she has, like, her reference point. Like, you become her reference point for how she feels about herself, how she sees the world, what she believes in, what she values. And so the thing is that, like, when you've got great influence, you become like the hub to her wagon wheel, like that center point. And, you know, so, and this, I doubt she was fucking doing whatever it is she's doing since she was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, in my neighborhood, fellas, we don't think about these things. Like, oh my gosh, what does she believe? Because eventually all she's going to believe in is me.
And not only that,
do you change the environment, or did the environment change you?
Right.
Yeah. So now you're gonna make her believe in you, right, caller? You about to become her religion, right, caller?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
So
You can't though. You can't. And I'm gonna say this.
Real quick. A minute ago, he was getting ready to play along, right?
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead. You got it.
No, I'm gonna just say this, and this is where the more you bend for her says more about you than it does for her. Because as you bend, it seems like you're adapting to her environment. She's not adapting to yours. So right now, you've actually had that moment when she came one way and you're like, nah, I'm not with that.
Right.
We can't. And then she had a choice. Do I still want to hang out with this guy or not? But you were like, no, hey, we all believe what we believe. And that sounds kind of interesting. So then she's thinking in her head, like, oh, okay, I got a little leeway here. And then you're going to switch up because you're not consistent. And you're going to come back and say, hey, no, I thought about it. I don't believe in that. Don't read my horoscope.
Yeah, she's not sitting around going, maybe I should play along with this like whole Jesus thing.
Yeah.
She's right there. See, right. And Justin, right there. And that's the point I want to make. Guys, the point of this live stream and the point of anything that we say is about women adapting to you, assimilating to you. I even say it in the beginning of the pre-recorded joint for the live streams. I say, if you're a Star Wars fan or if you like video games, don't hide that from women. Women will like what you like. Guys, if a woman come into your crib and she see an Xbox and she like, oh, you one of them, you play with the Xbox, you should give her the second joystick and be like, what's up? Since you're pointing out the Xbox, here, come on, let's get it.
Buttons coming on.
Don't hide nothing that you do. Exactly. I'm hitting like you want to get it real quick? Right before I fuck you, let's get a game of this Madden right quick. Right? But you know what I'm saying? If it's not really about playing a game of Madden, it's about showing her, yes, that's my Xbox. If you got a problem with it, you can bounce, right? You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. You always bring women into your world. Part of being compatible is not you liking what the woman likes. It's the woman seeing what you're into and her saying, I want to be a part of that, and her not kicking up no dust.
Right.
That's what it is. It's her saying, I like how he, or not. She can go the other way.
Who cares?
But it's her seeing what you're doing and her saying to herself, based on what I'm seeing thus far from this man, I'm very much interested in seeing where this goes. I'm willing to follow him and not say a motherfucking mumbling word because I'm that interested.
Right.
Period.
Caller.
Let me speak to this. Right. Go ahead. Got it.
I was just going to ask a caller. Do you think that she called anybody up and asked if she should play along with your whole Christianity thing?
Nah, I don't think that.
Go ahead, Kate.
She's always talking to her witch friends. She's her witch friend.
Hey, for a casual, you know a lot about her, man. For a casual, the pillow talk is strong.
I got to know this question. How long have you known this woman?
Oh, since November. What's November, December, January, February? So I'm trying to have
still ain't smashed?
for a Valentine's Day.
Caller, stop talking. You
lonely on Valentine's?
Hold on. I gotta ask this question. You known this chick since November, and you still haven't had sex?
Oh no, yeah, we smashed. It's good though. That's why.
It's good. Yeah.
Man,
what are you worried about? If you're having sex with her, what's the problem?
Exactly, Jesse.
Oh, because she wanted me to join her occult. I ain't trying to be no witchcraft occult thing.
Wait. She asked you to join that shit? The disrespect. Yeah. Bro, caller. I want you to know she doesn't respect you and she doesn't think you're much of a man. Let me explain. Let me explain why. Let me explain why. Because you're a Christian, she should be going with you while you find a church home. That's what she should be doing. But
she
instead,
told her friends, I'm turning another one.
To join her shit. She's trying to convert you to her shit. She's running you.
And you considered it. Let's be clear.
She called her friends and said, I'm turning another one.
I bet you're right. There was a moment where he was like, just a flash of a thought, like maybe that pussy's so good.
Yeah, maybe I could be a warlord.
How much blood drinking do I really have to do?
On Wednesdays, I'll do like witchy Wednesdays.
Yeah, I could. No, excuse me, not warlord, warlock.
Yeah, Warlock Wednesdays.
Hey, he asked her, how much blood do I really have to drink?
Yeah.
How much? Yeah.
Like it's just a drop, okay?
Hey, my question is this though, since you already smashed and everything, and apparently you guys communicate with each other and you listen very well because you know everything
very well
about her. So why can't you let her be her, you be you, and y'all just smash?
Yeah.
He's looking for a girlfriend.
Okay. Let me ask him a question. Real quick. I gotta ask this question. How many times a week does she spend a night?
Oh, I used to go to her place because she can't be at my place because I got,
That's not what I asked. That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked. How many times a week do y'all spend a night with each other?
Oh, like the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you'll sleep over there?
You guys are in a relationship. That's your girlfriend. You're not how dare you tell you? Real quick. How dare
have you ate her spaghetti?
You're dating a heretic.
Have you ate her spaghetti?
Like spaghetti, not spaghetti.
No, seriously, caller. Have you eaten any? No, wait. Have you eaten anything from her with a red sauce? Seriously.
With the red sauce.
Eating her out? What you mean?
No. Listen to my.
Man.
Have you eaten anything she has cooked with a red sauce?
What?
Oh, I know where Miles is going with this. That's deep.
No, just pizza, but we went out to get pizza. No.
Okay. Hey, Miles know what I'm talking about with this spaghetti. That's the red stuff.
Hold on real quick. Okay, caller.
You get a pin in your back every now and then?
You get it?
Hold on real quick. This is serious real quick. This is serious. Caller, why do you think that you have a fuck buddy situation with this woman? Do you really think this is a fuck buddy situation? Do you think that?
Well, it started out like that, but now she be calling me her boyfriend to all the witches and stuff.
Hey, you
Caller,
know,
let me ask you another question.
You're doing.
Hold on, real quick, Justin.
I'm like,
no. Let me ask him a real quick question. Caller. Now I know what's going on. Now that you're doing what you're doing, because you gotten in deep with this chick and she asked you to join her Charles Manson group, you really believe you are worried that she's gonna stop fucking with you if you don't say yes, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Why? No, why did she give you an ultimatum? Tell us why you believe she might stop fucking with you if you don't agree.
He worships pussy.
Tell us what happened.
Well, yeah, she did say, because I tried to invite her to church at first.
Stop. Go back to what she said. I don't want to hear what you said. What made you come to the conclusion that you think she might cut you off if you don't follow her? What happened?
Oh, she started acting shady with the pussy. She's like, all of a sudden, she on her period for like all week, and all of a sudden,
wow! Oh
gone.
wow! Really? Oh,
Hey,
imagine
does she
that.
got any doors in her house that have locks on them?
No.
Okay, because I want to make sure there ain't no pin doll.
She in the apartment.
Here's the point, caller. Here's the point. I want to tell you, because I don't want this to get lost, because this is important. Let me tell you, everybody that's listening, what's happening. This is what happens when you follow women from the very beginning, and women realize that you're following them.
Yep.
Once a woman realizes that she's the one in the lead position,
yep,
what begins to happen is she begins to barter the sex. Meaning, if you want this pussy, now that I know I have leverage over you, what she's doing is she's saying, how much more can I get from him? Because he's already come this far with following me. Right now, she doesn't respect you. I'm letting you know right now. She does not respect you. So she's trying to get more out of you. And because she doesn't respect you, she's willing to cut off the pussy if you don't do what the fuck she says.
He's under her spell.
Damn.
Well, and to be fair, most guys are. Most guys are under the spell of pussy. This guy's just taking it far. You know what I'm saying? Like because the reality is that this caller and most other guys, they are under they're bewitched by pussy before even meeting a woman. Like they wake up bewitched. If they don't even talk to a woman for years, they're bewitched. Like you guys are like conditioned to be pussy puppets, right? And so just so when you do get into an interaction with a girl, you automatically you're preconditioned to fall into her program, which is obey the pussy.
Dang.
Yeah.
See, caller, here's the problem with a lot of you guys.
Real quick.
Okay, caller, listen. When we hang up on you, or Miles hang up on you, or whoever hangs up, I did a video I talked about how sex-based advice doesn't work for most men, and you're included. Okay, and this is what I mean. A lot of you guys, you listen to certain things about casual sex encounters, and you say, I want to do that, and you're not mentally or emotionally built to handle casual sex encounters, because the moment you get pussy, a lot of you guys, you're pre-pussy whipped. To Mr. Justin's point, you're pre-pussy whipped, meaning the woman already has you wrapped around her finger before she even lets you slide in her pussy. And women already know, before they give you the sex, they already know which guy you are. They already know which guy you are. And as soon as you get the sex, what they'll do is they'll sit back and see how you respond. And then usually you guys get thirsty. You want to see her more. You start calling her more. And then you immediately give her more access to you, not because she's earned it, because you want more access to the pussy, and she knows you do. Y'all got it.
All right, caller, we're just about done. You got to be careful, man. You're dealing with a woman that's a part of the witch cult and all that shit. So just be careful. All right, but good talking to you, and hit this playback, and hopefully you'll be all right.
All right, thank you guys very much. Appreciate you.
All right, take it easy, man. Yeah, you see, this is what happens when you don't stand firm on your masculine identity, because he's not even standing firm on his own Christianity, and he's already being influenced. And this is why he won't ever experience a woman's best behavior. You understand? She's already withholding.
He's not on his best behavior
because he's best behavior.
Yeah, fellas, I gotta go.
All right, take it easy.
Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
You too, bro. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Yep.
Yeah, no doubt. We're about to end this shit anyway. Let me say this right now. You might as well pretend to be gay. Like if you're dealing with a chick and she hangs out with a lot of people from that side of the tracks, you might as well pretend to do that if you think you can get in. So the point I want to make is, at what point do you men stop compromising your own identity to pretend to be what a woman wants so you can get pussy? That's what he literally asks. Guys, should I compromise my identity?
Should I play along?
So I can maintain access to this woman sexually? Because she won't let me fuck her. And in order to do it, I got to join her a cult. So this is what guys don't understand. In order for him to pretend, he can't just say yes. he has to actually go to the meetings. He has to actually go and participate. He can't just say, yes, I'm going to do it.
And she's
so
going to
he
be
was
like,
considered.
oh, I got you this crystal to wear.
Yes.
You know, and all this stuff here. Here's the like petrified chicken's foot you can kind of keep in your pocket. You know,
exactly. He was willing to do that.
Yeah, and he'll have to play mental gymnastics, justification. Like, Jesus, please understand, none of this means anything to me. She means nothing. It's like trying to like explain away some other bitch that you're fucking to your main girl. Like, it means nothing to me. I don't love her. You know? Jesus, please. I just want some ass. So I'm not doing this for real. I really love you. I just keep this chicken foot in my pocket and I suck on crystals every night. And you know, there's one in my butt. So, but you know, I'm just pretend.
Jesus Christ.
Let me add this to this question about erotic novels and Justin, I agree wholeheartedly. If you're gonna read anything, read it from a woman's perspective, because 99% of men don't understand sex on a deep enough level to even be writing anything, right? Period. And another thing about women, guys don't understand, a lot of women have dark fantasies. There's a lot of taboo things that they would like to experience, but because the men they encounter don't inspire that, they keep it to themselves. A lot of you guys are having sex with women that are into a lot of things that they don't share with you because you don't inspire that. I'll just say this, and I don't want to get too far into it, just to hammer home my point. I remember there was a chick I was fucking one time when we talk about dark fantasies. And I told her, I said, I'm gonna come to your crib one day wearing all black with a ski mask. I want you to leave the door unlocked. She said, oh shit, I'm doing that. She's like, oh shit, please do that. Right? I'm just throwing that out there, right? When we talk about dark fantasies and shit like that, right? I'm just throwing that out there, right? So my point is, a lot of you guys, y'all don't understand how deep the rabbit hole goes when it comes to women, their sexuality, and the things that not only are they into, but things that they are curious about, right? That a lot of you guys don't know, but because you're so on the surface, you'll never ever get to the depths of a woman's sexuality to the point where she feels like she's learning something from you. And that's a whole nother level of the game where women feel like they're learning from you, whether it's sexual shit or non-sexual shit. And that's where we get into like admiration and things like that. A lot of men have never been admired by a woman. Right? I just want to point that out. A lot of you guys have never been admired by a woman who's sexually attracted to you. When a woman actually admires you, the level of investment from her is unmatched from any other woman you will ever encounter. Y'all want to finish it up? We don't have any more questions and shit.
Man, guys, make sure you go to CunninghamElements.com. Make sure you get your shea butter, get your masculine identity fragrance, and get your you get your Cunningham soaps as well. Shout out to K-Zach for having us today. And yeah, man, appreciate everybody.
All right, Justin, where can they find you, brother?
Oh yeah. Well, my Instagram got shut down for the last time. I like, fuck Meta. I'm done with Instagram. It's just, we're not friends anyways. Like, just what I do is just not conducive to that like mainstream sort of thing. So
Facts.
Done with that. I'm on Substack, and I'm on and YouTube. So basically YouTube and Substack. So that's where my stuff can be found. And then I've got my 3 books are now available on Amazon, right? How to Be a Dominant Lover, the Codex of a Sovereign Order, which is like basically like a book of wisdom for dominance and for men, and then the Annals of the Yielded Queen is the same thing but for women and submissives. And if you're thinking like, oh well, I don't need to read that because I'm a guy and I'm not a submissive, it's good for you to understand what a very deep, very committed, very immersed submissive thinks like. Okay. So reading this will give you insight of what that's like. And then you can kind of reverse engineer it and say, well, how do I get her to think and feel this way? What conditions does she need in order to open up that much?
Right.
And so that'll give it to you. So, but the Codex of a Sovereign Order is the type of thing it's small, you can keep it on you. It's about this big. It's not huge, but you can just open it up to a random page any day you want and read a passage, and it will give you some great insight for that day.
All right, fellas. I do appreciate both of y'all coming through. Shout out to Jay Roman. And again, for everybody on my side that experienced the difficulty, y'all know I be zagging, but I guess it was worse than normal and it was fucking up shit. So I owe you guys. So after this joint, I'm gonna do a pre-recorded joint where I do a part 2 to this, and I give you a little bit more detail that I couldn't give you right now. So I apologize to everybody on my side of the world. Tomorrow, though, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 12 noon Eastern. Real game, no theory. Come through and fuck with us. Miles, Mr. Justin, appreciate y'all. Everybody in the chat, the callers, the super chats, everyone who asked the question, and the rest of y'all, peace.